I had just recently worked with Ash on the music videos together, and we just hit it off, and she's brilliant. I mean, she is so talented and smart, and I am so excited for people to be able to see her on screen.
We heard your news. Juilliard, congrats, that's incredible.
You're thinking of my sister B. She's going to Juilliard next year.
This movie gave me creepy feels. It felt like Black Swan in a way. Mm-hmm. What would you guys say the message of this film is?
I think the message, well, it depends on what you take away from the film. I think that if you see it as you sacrifice a lot for what you want, or you give so much of yourself to your passions that it's almost as if you're killing yourself in a way.
Sure, because life is about a balance.
Yeah, exactly. And Juliet loses that balance.
How would you describe it so people can get excited to watch this?
Yes, so Nocturne is about a young pianist, Juliet, at a prestigious art school, and she discovers a journal of a recently deceased classmate and starts to study it and learn it, and it kind of takes over her life and pushes her to do the worst and overtake her sister at their school.
Sydney, you kind of mentioned the lengths that people will go to for their passion. What is the craziest thing that each of you guys have done to get where you are today or for a role?
Crazy. I mean, just getting your parents to come here is pretty crazy on its own. Yeah. I mean,
because I feel like we both moved like across the country. Because where are you from again?
I'm from Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, and I'm South Carolina. So we literally both made the giant trek across the country.
I did lock myself in like a crawl space before to prepare for an audition.
Wait, really? What audition?
It was a long time ago. It was to play the younger version of Amber Heard, John Carpenter's movie, The Ward. And so I locked myself in a crawl space and told my parents, don't come get me if I start screaming.
Did it help? Were there psychological?
I don't know. I mean, I was terrified, but the whole audition was literally me having to be terrified. So I was like, how do I terrify myself?
Have either of you guys experienced, I mean, I know that your characters are sisters in this movie, but experienced like a mean girl moment in Hollywood?
I feel really lucky as far as like, I feel like I've always been surrounded by just the greatest people. I mean, there's obviously a couple bad eggs here and there, like there are everywhere, but I do feel like I've been extremely lucky as far as like everyone surrounded in our world, at least.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Sydney, you were like, yes.
I mean, girls are girls. I'm more scared of moms.
Oh
No, that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
I saw a mom trip a kid walking out of an audition once.
Are you kidding me?
No.
And we wonder where the kids get it from, you know? Sydney, Euphoria got some love at the Emmys. Zendaya took home the Best Lead Actress award. Have you had a chance to congratulate her, to celebrate with her?
I mean, we've all endlessly sent her congrats, texts, calls, all of that, and we're also very, very proud of her.
How does that sort of up the ante for the cast as a whole as you guys go into season 2?
I mean, we definitely have a lot to like live up to right now and pull off for season 2, but I know that everyone's gonna be really amazed by what we have.
How does season 2 sort of compare to season 1? I mean, we've seen that you guys are back on set.
Literally, I can't say anything about it, but it's somehow more messed up than season 1. It goes places that I did not know that we could go.
Yeah, your new show with Halsey. I'm so excited for you guys. It's called The Players Table. How did this project sort of come about? And how do you feel about people shipping you in the comments? They're like so obsessed with your friendship that you guys have, and I'm just curious about all things you and Halsey.
Well, Ash is amazing. So about a year ago, I really wanted to start a production company, and I just didn't know where to start. And I was like, I want to find properties to be able to produce. And so I started 50/50 Films, and I started getting sent some books that hadn't been released yet. And my agency sent me it used to be called The Players Table, and then they switched the name to They Wish They Were Us when they released it a couple months ago. And I read it a year ago, fell in love with it, met the author, Jessica Goodman, and she somehow believed in me enough to be able to take her baby and shop it around to different places. And I met with Jean-Marc Ballet, who I worked with on Sharp Objects, and I presented this book and my idea of creating a limited series with it, and he was completely on board. And I had just recently worked with Ash on the music videos together, and we just hit it off, and she's brilliant. I mean, she is so talented and smart, and I am so excited for people to be able to see her on screen and just the length that she's going to be able to go. And I sent her the book, and I was like, I don't know if you want to act or if this would even be something you're interested in. And she loved it. She called, and we had a whole team meeting, and that's how it all happened.